Have you ever heard the phrase, there's a time and a place for everything? You have? Good. Because that phrase couldn't be more true for what I'm about to touch on in this video. I'll tell you, man, there are things that are fine for the internet to see, but then there are things that are just flat out wrong and just shouldn't be exposed, and things that are just sad to see. Now, to give you more context as to what I'm referring to, right, what I'm talking about, Simone Biles, yes, the most decorated gymnast ever to grace an Olympic stage, as probably the most calm and zen-like mental focus ever, because her biological mother, Shannon, has come under fire for the past few days for doing a surprise interview with the Daily Mail, in which she talked about how she wanted to ask her daughter for forgiveness for the past, right? And how she hopes for the day that Simone reaches out to her in order to mend the past and move forward. Now, I'm a little late to this whole thing, and honestly, I'm late because I was hesitant, right? I was hesitant to even do it in the first place. However, I've had a lot of people hit me up in the DMs asking what I thought about this whole thing, and I decided to share with y'all. But just to give a little bit more context here, Simone Biles' mom, Shannon, dealt with a drug and alcohol addiction, per her own words. And as a result, she had to give her kids up for adoption. For those who don't know, or for those who watch the Olympics, Simone Biles was raised by her grandparents. And in this interview that Simone's mom did, she was asked why she abandoned Simone Biles growing up, and this is what she had to say.
How do you handle the fact that this is brought up every 4 years?
I'm over it already. You know, I mean, I can't keep dwelling on it. Whenever she's ready, and I'm here. You know, I want her to be able to come to me and say, you know, okay, let's have a sit down, because there's some things I want to know. So I just have to have patience. I want to let her know that I love her. I'm very proud of her, you know, but I'm just still waiting, you know. I would like to sit down and talk to you and answer any questions you may have. You know, I don't know what you've been told, but, you know, I want you to hear the real deal. I was an addict. I will always be an addict. But there's just a way that you have to learn how to stay away from people, places, and things, and change your routine and just change your life. Live your best life. You know, if I need to know anything, I call my dad. Hey, Dad, what's going on with Simone? How's everybody doing? You know, he keeps me posted.
So you don't have like a direct number that you can even reach out to her?
I do, but I won't.
Why not?
You know, I want her to reach out to me. You know, she's 27 now. She's married. I would like to have been a part of that, but I just have to wait for her.
Now, I'm going to say this, because this isn't the first time that she's done an interview and spoke out publicly on her relationship with Simone. I didn't want to comment on this because none of us really understand how any of this played out completely, right? Like we weren't there. But I will say that this is such a personal matter that should not have been broadcasted over the news. We shouldn't know shit about this. Now, granted, obviously we knew that Simone was adopted by her grandparents along with her sister Adria. Now, just to throw this in there, Simone Biles does have a documentary on Netflix that dropped right before the Olympics happened that goes a little into detail about all of this, and you guys can go and check that out if you want, if you have Netflix. But we shouldn't know anything about this situation. Now, obviously people are going to ask, you know, if she was raised by her grandparents, you know, where her biological mother is, right? And so I get people wanting to find out more information in regards to that. But Simone, her mom, does nobody any favors when she decides to take these random interviews and puts the family's dirty draws out there on Front Street. She could have reached out to Simone's adoptive parents with the same message without putting this in the public eye. It doesn't convey that she's doing this for the right reasons to me, right? Bad intentions or not, this could have been settled in a more private matter. And to me, this is the ultimate there's a time and place moment. Now, for all we know, she could have reached out, and she does say that if she needs to know anything, she does call her dad, which is Simone's grandfather, and she asks about her and he keeps her posted. Now, in the interview, she was asked if she has Simone's personal phone number in order for her to reach out and talk with her. She said she did, to which the interview asked, well, why haven't you called to which she says that she's waiting for Simone to contact her first. Now, to me, that don't sound right at all, not even in the slightest. This, to me, comes off as some sort of emotional immaturity, a little narcissistic, honestly. And I feel that Simone's mom has kind of this warped / twisted mindset, because her saying that, like, she should reach out to me, basically, it just lacks empathy. You know, it lacks concern. And it's clear that she has shifted her role as the mother, who was ultimately the caregiver, to her daughter, Simone. By saying that, you waiting for her to reach out to you, and that you still waiting, and she's 27 years old now, so she should reach out to me, is crazy and lacks some sort of accountability. And it almost sounds like you shifting the blame to Simone, when that really isn't fair at all. She's the child in this situation. Yes, she's an adult, she's a grown woman, but she's still your child in this situation. You're the mother. You reach out to her. And if she doesn't want to talk to you, she doesn't want to talk to you. It sucks. It's unfortunate, but what do you expect? You gave your kids up for adoption. But wait, not only did you give them up for adoption, they were actually in foster care for 3 years before their grandparents came and got them. And to be honest, you really only talk about Simone in these interviews and wanting to rekindle with Simone. You barely even mention the other kids you have. And from what I understand, she has 8 of them. Now, to be fair, she did say that she speaks to Simone's sister more than she speaks to Simone, but what about her brother Tevin, who was recently acquitted of murder back in 2021, back in June, when the judge determined that the prosecutors didn't really have enough evidence to convict him? Or what about her older sister, Ashley, who, according to court records out there, has been a defendant in civil, traffic, and criminal cases 29 times since 2009. This woman has a longer rap sheet than the Bible, but somehow you don't ever hear about Simone's mom wanting to reconnect with them the same way that she keep talking about Simone. It's crazy because the Olympics have been over for, a couple of weeks, right? And Simone has been riding on a high. I'm sure, obviously, who wouldn't, right? She won all these medals. She's super accomplished. She did a great job in Paris. But then here comes the Daily Mail going and starting trouble. And really the point I'm getting at is that the timing of this is just crazy to me. Now, I understand that Shannon is Simone's mother. I get that she is still in the family, but you as the parent, the thought process shouldn't be, I want her to reach out to me. I'm still waiting on a phone call. And I guess I can understand the mindset that maybe because it's sensitive and you don't want to, you don't want to be the one reaching out and Simone say something like, why are you calling me, and all of that. And they're just not ready to rekindle the relationship with you. But you are the one doing interviews, talking about how you want the relationship and you wanting forgiveness from your children. And so as the parent, as the adult, you should be reaching out to Simone. And listen, if you do that and she don't want nothing to do with you and she hang up the phone on you and just bangs it on you, then at least you can say that you tried to rekindle that relationship with your child and reconnect with the children. But you, as the absent parent, are trying to make it the children's responsibility to reach out to you. And that's just extremely low effort on the part of the parent, to me. Because logically, if she can reach out to these news outlets for an interview about Simone, then you could call Simone your damn self. And here's my thing with this. Why would Simone reach out to you at this point in the game? I mean, they could have left her mama where she was at and let Simone live her life instead of bringing up mess. Now, could her mother have meant that Simone reach out to her from a perspective of when she's ready emotionally or on her terms? Maybe. Perhaps they've had a lot of back and forth throughout the years. We don't know. But saying that you want her to reach out to you is just wild to me. Now, after the internet shared what they thought about this interview that Simone's mother did, one of Simone's half-sisters, Micah, went on TikTok and had a few words to share in regards to her mother and what people were saying on the internet. Take a look.
Okay, hi guys. My name is Micah. I'm gonna come on here because I just want to say this really quickly. Because that video of my mom came out and she sent it to me. But I just want to let y'all know I didn't even watch the full video. I really don't care about too much about the video. All I know is what I'm seeing on the internet and what I do want to. I want to come to this internet and defend my mom because she might not be everything that we expected for her to be, but at the end of the day, she's still a work in progress, and we give her that. Simone chose not to have a relationship with my mom, which is fine. That was her choice. Me personally, I didn't develop a relationship with my mom until I was 17 years old. It started when I was about 9. It was on and off, because she was still dealing with what she was dealing with at the time. But I'm not gonna let y'all get on this internet and try to bash my mom or say anything bad or anything of that sort, because she's not a bad person. She's done nothing to Simone. Life happened to her, and that's okay. I'm not mad at her. I understand. Everybody deals with my mom has 8 children. There's Ashley, Tevin, Simone, Adrian, me, Mariah, Shania, Teron, and Shania. From number 1 all the way down to number 8. Simone has 2 full-blood siblings, and everybody else is half-blooded. Ashley has her own dad. Simone, Tevin, and Adrian have their dad. And then me and the last 3, me, Mariah, Teron, and Shania have our dad. But I just want to get on this internet and say that I don't want nobody bashing my mom. Because at the end of the day, life happens to everybody. Things happen, but at the end of the day, she was in good hands. She was taken care of sooner rather than later. And that's what I don't like about the story that's being told, or the story that's trying to be written, or the story that's trying to be portrayed. Because at the end of the day, she was good. From 2 years old and up, she was good. She was good, whether it be with my mom or not. And I'm not going to speak for Simone and how she can feel or whatever the case may be, because each and every one out of 8 of us deal with our own feelings about the situation. But don't get on this internet doing too much of my mom, because she tried. And if Simone doesn't want that relationship, she's not going to push her for that relationship until she wants it. Like she said, whenever she's ready, she's ready. But on the same coin, it's not like my mom was not trying to be there. That's the part that y'all aren't getting. It's not like, you know what I'm saying, she was dealing with what she was dealing with, so how could she be there? She, like I said, back when I was 9, and mind you, I'm younger than Simone. By 3 years, I'm younger than Simone. So she was dealing with what she was dealing with, and everybody dealing with it how they dealing with it. And that's okay. Ain't nobody mad at her. I have my own problems with Simone, but I'm not going to get on this internet and do too much on that, because I already tried, and y'all tried to fake-ass bash me for that, so I'm not going to do that. Because y'all trying to make it seem like, oh, I'm just jealous or whatever. But at the end of the day, I just wanted my sister. So it is what it is. But all I'm asking is not too much on my mom.
Wow. That was a lot. But it was also a lot of nothing, right? At the same time. Like there was a little something there, especially with the part at the end where she said that, she has her own problems with Simone, that she just wanted her sister. But, for the most part, all this video was just a PSA to get the internet off her mother's back. Now, I will say that every child gets a different version of their parent. Those different versions mean different boundaries, and everyone involved should respect Simone's boundaries. If the fact that she hasn't accepted her invitation to, rekindle or reconcile with her mom wasn't publicized by the mom, then we wouldn't have anything to debate about. But just to point out a couple things, like how she was just glazing over things that could have been really traumatic for Simone, and saying things like, she was taken care of, she was good, even if she wasn't with my mom or wasn't with her mom. And to me, I'm thinking this way. There were obvious signs of neglect here, which is why she, along with y'all, were taken away in the first place. Like, she's not only telling the internet not to do too much, but she's trying to tell a story and give this response that really only Simone can give. And what the child does with that parent's imperfection is their business. She's entitled to her right of no contact. Simply put, straight up. Now, to be fair, she never said that Simone can't feel how she feel. And really all she said was that she wanted the internet to stop bashing her mom. But the accountability still has to go back to your mother, because she keeps going public with things that we simply should not know. Especially when your mother has her direct phone number to hit her up, along with her grandfather's phone number to keep in touch that way. The fact of the matter is, your mother did an interview with an internationally published magazine during the Olympics, and if she didn't want the public's opinion, then doing that probably wasn't the best idea. Just a thought. But anyway, that's all I got for this situation, man. I just had to speak on it because, like I said, a lot of you were hitting me up, wanting to see what I had to say. And the sister did make her response, a few days ago. So, I wanted to touch on that too. But anyway, if you made it this far, don't forget to smack a like on the vid. And also don't forget to subscribe for the one time. Peace.